Some people practice for 40 years yet fall straight into hell the moment they die, not because they didn't practice, but because of one truth they never understood. A husband and wife who were vegetarians and chanted to Buddha for 40 years, upon dying, fell into hell. The story makes everyone startled, revealing the karma of 3 lifetimes. A husband and wife were vegetarians and chanted to Buddha for 40 years, yet after passing away they fell into hell. Hearing this, perhaps you find it as hard to believe as I do. These 2 looked very virtuous on the outside, were lifelong vegetarians, chanted sutras, released animals for merit, and did countless good deeds. Yet, deep in their hearts, they hid small but serious faults. Those faults were hidden in every corner of their daily lives. The story begins when the couple was still young. Back then, they were very weak, constantly sick with major and minor illnesses endlessly. Life was extremely miserable. One day, a friend came to visit and advised, "I heard that being vegetarian helps the body become pure and healthier. You too should try it and see." Hearing this, they were half believing and half doubting. But because the illnesses tortured them so much and there was no other way, they decided to give it a try. Unexpectedly, just a few months later, a miracle happened. Their complexions became brighter, the illnesses gradually vanished, and their bodies felt significantly lighter. From then on, they made a vow. From now on, we will be vegetarians for the rest of our lives, both to be healthy and to accumulate merit, hoping to be reborn in the Pure Land later. So they kept a strict vegetarian diet, not touching meat or fish. Even fish sauce or lard was absolutely avoided. In their house, they set up a Buddha altar. Morning and night, they chanted sutras together, holding prayer beads in their hands, their mouths ceaselessly reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha. 40 years passed, day after day was the same. People in the neighborhood looked at them and praised. These 2 are truly examples of cultivation. Being vegetarian and chanting Buddha so persistently, their merit is surely deep and thick. In the future, they will surely ascend to the Buddha realm. But the truth inside was not like that dignified appearance. Everything seemed to go smoothly until they step into their 70s. Fate brought a great challenge. One day, the wife suddenly fell ill. Her heart was weak. She couldn't catch her breath. Her chest felt like it was pressed by a stone. Walking a few steps made her exhausted. Going for a checkup, the doctor shook his head. This disease is hard to cure. One can only use medicine to hold on. The couple fell into despair. Then an old friend visited and whispered, "I heard that taking fresh turtle blood, cooked with traditional herbal medicine, and drinking can cure heart disease. You to think about it carefully." This word was like a lightning strike, making their hearts turmoil. That night, the 2 sat before the Buddha altar, the atmosphere heavy. The wife leaned on the chair, gasping for air. "I have been a vegetarian for 40 years. Why do I contract this disease now? Could it be that Buddha does not protect me?" The husband looked down at the prayer beads, silent for a long time, then said, "But if we don't save you, you won't make it. Buddha is compassionate. Surely he won't blame us." The wife shook her head, tears falling. "But killing a living being is a heavy sin. 40 years of cultivation. Are we just going to waste it?" The husband replied, "If we don't kill this turtle, you die, and I live alone. What meaning is left? Am I supposed to let you die?" The 2 argued back and forth, Inside their hearts were the torn streams of thought. The wife remembered the many years of refusing meat and fish, eating only vegetables and beans to keep the precepts. The husband couldn't bear his wife's moans, thinking that not saving her would be inhumane. They struggled fiercely, both afraid and conflicted. Finally, the wife choked up. "If it can truly save me, then do it, but we will bear this sin together. I won't let you do it alone." The husband held his wife's hand tightly, nodding. "Okay, we decide together. We do it together." The next morning, before the sky was clearly bright, the two wore coats covering their faces and sneaked out to the market. The husband stood before the stall selling turtles, hesitated for a long time, and, seeing few people around, dared to whisper, "Give me a small one." The seller handed over a turtle. The wife tremblingly received it and put it in the bag. Then both rushed home. On the way, they were silent, only hearing the sound of the turtle struggling in the bag as if questioning their conscience. Arriving home, they placed the turtle on the kitchen table. Standing and looking for a long time, the husband held the knife, his hand shaking so much he almost dropped it. The wife stood next to him, her mouth mumbling, "Namo Amitabha Buddha." Tears flowed down. The husband gritted his teeth. "Do it quickly. Don't let it suffer long." The wife closed her eyes gently. "Yeah, do it. I agree." The husband brought the hand down. Blood splattered all over his hands, causing him to panic so much he threw the knife away. The wife tremblingly held a bowl to catch the blood. Then both cooked it with herbal medicine into a soup. When the wife drank the first sip, her face pale, she whispered, "Oh Buddha, please forgive us." After that, her illness truly got a bit better. But every time they passed the altar, both bowed their heads, not daring to look straight at the Buddha statue, their hearts heavy as if carrying a stone. Besides killing the turtle, they had another hidden fault. The two opened a small rice shop to make a living. Every time they weighed rice for customers, they often cheated by removing 20 to 30 grams, such a small amount. Customers taking it home wouldn't notice. The husband often said, "Doing business without being a bit clever. How can we survive? Just a tiny bit. Who cares to mind?" The wife also agreed. "We eat vegetarian and chant Buddha. We are already gentler than others. This small matter is worth nothing." Once an old lady leaning on a cane came to buy rice, tremblingly pulling out some small change from her pocket. "Give me just half a kilogram. Enough to cook a pot of porridge is fine." The husband looked at her tattered clothes, thought to himself, "So poor, shorting a bit won't matter." So he habitually did it quickly. The scale reported half a kilo, but actually it was only over for 100 grams. The old lady received the rice, thanked them profusely, and left, and the two felt not a bit of remorse, even seeing it as normal. Over time, this small trick became a habit. They didn't suspect that that bit of greed was silently eroding their merit. That wasn't all. How they treated small creatures in the house was also worth reflecting on. They often offered rice to the 3 jewels on the altar, but geckos often crawled there to steal a bite. At first, they just shooed them away, but over time they felt annoyed. One day the husband saw it climbing onto the altar again and shouted angrily, "This animal keeps stealing Buddha's rice. Truly hateful." The wife added, "That's right, the things we offer, and it dares to compete. Truly outrageous." Then that day, when the gecko crawled into the altar drawer, the husband straightaway slammed the drawer shut. locking it in, and laughed. "Let's see how you eat now." A few days later, opening the drawer, the gecko had dried up, its carcass shriveled and curled up, eyes still wide open as if looking at them. The wife frowned, so smelly, and threw it away to be done with it. The husband took the carcass, threw it into the trash can, mouth mumbling, "Serves you right, who told you to be gluttonous?" They didn't think at all that that tiny life was also a sentient being. Their malice and heartlessness went against the compassion of Buddhism. And what about releasing life, releasing animals for merit? They were very enthusiastic. Every month they called on neighbors to contribute money to buy birds to release. Standing in the middle of the field, they chanted sutras, faces solemn, releasing each bird from the cage. But they didn't notice that those birds, being locked in cramped cages for several days straight, were already very weak. Released, many flew only a few steps before falling down, flapping a few times and dying. The husband, seeing that even comforted, "It's okay, then dying is also a transcendence. We still have our merit." The wife nodded. "That's right. We have released life so many times. Surely Buddha sees it all." More fearfully, to have birds to sell. People set traps everywhere. The birds that were originally freed to fly lost their lives because of this releasing life practice. They thought they were doing good deeds, but behind it was a great karma of killing. Their good heart was just an outer shell hiding ignorance and selfishness. The day the couple passed away, standing before the king of hell Yama, the king opened the book of karma and judged, "You ate vegetarian for health, not for compassion. Killed a turtle to take blood for your own benefit, not for sentient beings. Weighing rice short shows greed is not yet ended. Locking the gecko to death is heartless and meaningless. Releasing life causing death is fake good, real evil. Your recitation of Buddha was just words on the lips. The heart was never pure. How can you avoid hell?" Hearing this, the two cried miserably, only then realizing that those small matters had accumulated into a great sin. Sharing and accumulating merit, the path to true happiness. In Buddhist doctrine, blessings, merit, are not a fixed asset, but an invisible energy source that can increase or deplete depending on how we use it. When we know how to use blessings to help others, we not only benefit life, but also cultivate 9 parts more of our own blessings. That is the natural law of cause and effect. Sincere sharing never depletes blessings, but on the contrary, helps them become deeper and thicker day by day. Many people still have the wrong concept that blessings are like a treasure chest. The more you use, the emptier it gets. However, in Buddhism, blessings are not finite things, but can multiply from giving, from compassion, and good deeds. Just like a lamp never goes out when lighting other lamps, our blessings will never be depleted when we know how to sow more good seeds for life. A person with many assets, but living selfishly, not knowing how to help anyone, only worrying about hoarding for themselves, is no different from a covered well. Gradually, it will also dry up. Conversely, a person who knows how to open their heart, helping others with both material and spiritual means, will be like a stream flowing forever, water never running out. When we take the blessings we have to share, we are creating a good flow in the universe, and that very flow will return to nourish us in ways we do not expect. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha taught that there are 3 most noble types of giving: giving of wealth, sharing material possessions; giving of Dharma, sharing wisdom, correct teachings; and giving of fearlessness, bringing peace. no fear to others. If we have wealth, use it to help those in need. If we have knowledge, convey it so others can also be enlightened. If we have compassion, use it to soothe the pain of sentient beings. When we do those things, we not only help life, but also help ourselves accumulate merit, creating a foundation for long-term happiness. There is a Buddhist story about a rich but stingy man who all his life only knew how to keep wealth. When he passed away, those massive assets did not help him take anything with him except emptiness and regret. Conversely, there was a poor man who throughout his life always did good deeds, even if just helping with a meal or a word of comfort. When lost, he was reborn into a good realm, enjoying a happy life thanks to the merits sown. That story is a lesson for us. Blessings do not lie in the amount of money we have, but in how we use it to bring benefit to life. So know how to share when you still can. Don't wait until you have a surplus to help, because kindness does not require being rich to be performed. A smile, a kind word, a gentle gesture is also a way to sow blessings. When we know how to live for others, we not only beautify life, but also accumulate good affinities for ourselves. Finally, sharing is not just an action, but also an attitude of living. When we view blessings as a stream flowing forever, not a storage warehouse to keep privately, we will live in peace and true wealth. Wealth in the soul, in love, and in infinite blessings. In human life, the most taboo thing is being too full. Perfect. Blessings should not be enjoyed to the very end. In the endless flow of human life, blessings are like a lake. If we only take without knowing how to replenish, sooner or later it will run dry. Humans come to this world not only to enjoy good things, but also to learn how to give, to create more blessings for themselves and those around them. If only worrying about enjoying without knowing how to accumulate and cultivate, luck will also leave at some point, leaving behind a void of loss. Blessings are not something that can be used forever without needing sowing. It is created from good actions, from tolerance, gratitude, and sharing. A person can be born into a rich, powerful family, but if they only live in selfish luxury, not knowing how to help others, gradually their blessings will also wear away. Conversely, people who understand the principle of cause and effect always know to accumulate virtue and do good, and will have a long life and joy and abundance. History has proven many stories about people enjoying blessings, but not knowing how to create blessings. Kings who lived in debauchery, rich people who were stingy, eventually fell into ruin. Blessings are not immutable, but always change according to each human action. Therefore, people with wisdom always understand that enjoying blessings, but not forgetting to create new blessings, is the most sustainable way to live. So how to preserve and cultivate blessings? That is, living sincerely, virtuously, helping people in difficulty, cultivating the mind and character, and always being grateful to life. When we give a smile, a good action, a forgiving heart, we have sown the seeds of blessings. A wealthy person is not only someone with many assets, but also someone with a generous soul. Knowing how to share love, like water in a lake, blessings also need to be replenished continuously to not be depleted. Live so that when receiving blessings, we know how to use them meaningfully. At the same time, sow more good seed, so that merit grows larger day by day. Only when understanding that rule can humans keep peace and happiness for a long time in this life. If you feel these sharings are useful, please hit subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying together on the path of seeking peace and wisdom. Life always moves ceaselessly. Everything changes every moment. What we consider luck today can become misfortune tomorrow. Conversely, what we see as misfortune can open up better opportunities in the future. This is the reason the ancients said, fortune and misfortune are impermanent, meaning fortune or misfortune has nothing certain. All depend on causes and conditions and how we perceive the event. Many people think that having money, fame, and power is a blessing, but in reality, it's not always like that. Is a wealthy person living in fear and anxiety truly happy? Many people, when achieving wealth, immediately think they have grasped happiness in their hands, but they don't know that being rich does not mean being at peace. When assets increase day by day, they fear losing them even more. Fear of being used by others, fear of betrayal, fear of being harmed by bad people. They can live in luxurious villas, drive expensive cars, but their souls are always uneasy. Day after day, they are always stressed before market fluctuations, worried about betrayal in business relationships, even afraid of those close to them. The so-called blessing actually sometimes becomes an invisible pressure. Many people, to protect assets, have to calculate every step, dare not trust anyone, always living in wariness. There are successful businessmen who cannot sleep well, always obsessed with the fear of loss, eventually developing depression and illness. There are even people ending their lives in loneliness. Assets can fill warehouses, but the spirit falls into the abyss. True happiness is not having a lot of money, but having a peaceful soul. If being rich but always anxious and insecure, then actually that is another form of suffering. Does a wealthy person who doesn't know how to enjoy life, doesn't know how to share, doesn't find peace in their heart, no matter how much wealth they have, truly feel happiness? Is a person with high status but isolated happy? There are people who strive all their lives to reach the peak of power, desiring to be admired and respected by the world. But when standing on the peak of glory, they realize they are lonelier than ever. Around them are no longer sincere friends, but only flatterers, speaking flowery words to curry favor, but inside having their own calculations. They don't know who is sincere with them, who approaches only for benefit. The words they hear daily are all beautiful things, but how many dare to speak the truth? The isolation comes not from outside, but from the very position they stand. When power is greater, the distance between them and others is also further. They cannot easily share their thoughts, because the more they reveal weaknesses, the easier they are to be exploited. Their decisions are always scrutinized. Every step must be cautious. Even when they want to find someone to talk to, they don't know who to trust. Suspicion gradually invades the mind, making them no longer feel the warmth of human connection. A person with high status, but if lacking sincere relationships, lacking soulmates to share joy and sorrow, can that be called happiness? When every meeting is transactional, when every word around is false, can a human still feel true joy? A person can possess supreme power, but if the heart is empty, with no one to trust, no one to truly listen to them, then life is just a long series of lonely days. So is high status truly something to desire, or is it just a gilded cage imprisoning the human soul? Are people who are pampered too much truly happy? Many parents, out of love for their children, pour all their heart and effort to protect and shelter them, not wanting the child to suffer, not wanting them to face any difficulty. Everything is arranged in advance. As long as the child wants something, they have it immediately, needing no effort. Children growing up in such an environment may feel happy and small, but when they mature, are they truly happy? A child who never has to face challenges, never experiences stumbling, will find it very hard to have resilient courage. When facing the first failures, they are easily bewildered, afraid, even collapsing. Without training from a young age, they lack the ability to be independent, not knowing how to cope with the storms of life. Once stepping out of the parents' arms, they can feel lost in a highly competitive society, because until now they have never had to strive on their own to achieve anything. Not few people, when young, were pampered too much by parents, and, when grown up, became dependent people, lacking skills to cope with reality. When encountering difficulties, instead of finding ways to solve them, they easily fall into a mentality of avoidance or waiting for help from others. Small failures can also become big shocks because before that they never learned how to stand up after falling. Is a life without challenges truly a lucky thing? Or are difficulties exactly the lessons helping humans mature and become stronger? Children growing up in excessive protection, they feel safe for a short time, but in the long run, the lack of skills to face reality can make them become victims of that very pampering. Happiness does not lie in avoiding difficulties, but in the ability to cope with them. A child taught how to be independent, how to take responsibility for their life, will have a greater opportunity to be truly happy and successful. As for a child always being sheltered, even if growing up in velvet, if they cannot stand firm on their own before the storms of life, is that still called happiness? Next, loss is not necessarily a disaster, meaning not everything lost is bad luck. Losing an old job but finding a better opportunity. When a person loses a job they have been attached to for a long time, the first reaction is often suffering, confusion, and even despair. They feel like the whole world is collapsing, losing direction, fearing for the future. Negative thoughts easily invade the mind, such as, what will I do next? Can I find a better job? Am I not good enough to have lost my job? However, life always operates in ways that humans sometimes cannot foresee. There are doors that close not to push us into a dead end, but to open up other, wider paths. Many people, after losing their jobs, have found a new job that is more suitable, developing abilities they had never thought of before. If they hadn't left the old job, they would have forever lived in their comfort zone without the chance to try new things. There are people who previously did a job they didn't really love, but because of stability, because of income, they held on. When they lost a job, they started to think seriously about their direction, searching for a job truly suitable for their passion and ability. Some people boldly switched to a completely different field, ventured into starting their own business, or developed a new skill, and then they realized that losing the job was not a full stop, but an opportunity to start over with a clearer direction. History also shows many people who succeeded thanks to initial failures, like Steve Jobs, who was once fired from Apple. That was the company he founded himself, but that gave him the opportunity to explore new directions and later returned to Apple with more breakthrough ideas. Walt Disney was also fired for lacking creativity, but later he built a magnificent entertainment empire. If those people had remained stuck in their old jobs, perhaps they wouldn't have been able to reveal all their potential. So if one day you lose your job, don't rush to consider it a disaster. See it as an opportunity to look back at yourself, find out what is truly suitable for you, and boldly walk on a new path. It might be difficult at first. There will be times of instability, but if you don't give up, very likely a better door is waiting for you ahead. Sometimes losing something does not mean loss, but is exactly the beginning of a more meaningful journey. Losing a relationship, but finding oneself again. Breakups and breakdowns in a relationship often come with suffering, regret, and a sense of loss. When someone who was an important part of life suddenly disappears, we easily fall into a state of shock, feeling like we lost a part of ourselves. We remember old memories, wondering if we can find someone else better or not. Sometimes we blame ourselves, thinking we did something wrong that caused the relationship to break. But the truth is that not every relationship is worth holding on to. There is love that does not bring happiness, but only makes us tired and tormented. There are relationships full of suffering where we have to endure hurt, sacrifice ourselves, but do not receive appreciation in return. While in it, we may not realize or deliberately ignore the signs showing we are losing ourselves. Only when we are away do we realize that it was not love, but a painful binding. Losing a relationship is not the end, but can be a liberation, an opportunity for us to regain freedom and find our way back to ourselves. When no longer swept away by negative emotions, hurts from an unhealthy relationship, we can spend time loving ourselves, understanding what we truly need and want. This is also the time we learn to cherish ourselves more. Instead of placing our happiness in the hands of others, many people, after stepping out of a tear-filled romance, realize they had neglected themselves for a long time. They once changed for someone, accepted things they didn't like, tried to please the other person, but were still not appreciated. And when letting go, they can find their true selves again, pursuing dreams and hobbies they had previously given up. Some people, after a breakup, found a more suitable person, someone who truly loves them properly, not making them suffer or lose themselves. But there are also people who don't need anyone else yet, can still live happily with their own inner strength and maturity gained after the hurts. So if a relationship ends, don't be too melodramatic or tormented. Consider it an opportunity to renew yourself, to step onto another page in life where you can live happier, freer, and love yourself more. Because sometimes losing a person is not losing everything, but exactly finding the precious things you accidentally left behind in the old days, encountering difficulties, but becoming stronger because of them. Life is not always a flat road. There will be times we have to face difficulties, failures, even painful losses. Those challenges can make us collapse, make us doubt ourselves and life. But those very moments that seem the worst are precious lessons helping us mature and become more resilient. If life were always favorable, humans would become weak. A person who has never experienced difficulty, never had to struggle to achieve something, will easily collapse when encountering the first incident. Just like a tree planted in favorable conditions always shield it from the wind and storm, its roots will be weak, unable to cling deep into the earth. Conversely, a tree that has to face rain and wind, has to stretch itself to survive, will have a strong root system capable of standing firm before all challenges of nature. People who have experienced hardship and loss often have a stronger will. They understand that life is never easy, but if they know how to stand up after each stumble, they will become tougher. They no longer easily collapse before petty failures, no longer panic when facing adversity. They learn to accept reality, finding a new direction. Instead of complaining or blaming fate, there are people who lost everything, but thanks to that found a new path, even rising stronger than before. A person who failed in their career can find a field more suitable for them from that. A person who lost assets can, thanks to that, learn to cherish the true value of life, becoming wiser in financial management. A person who experienced a breakdown in love can, thanks to that, understand themselves better, knowing how to love and choose the right person in the future. The difficulties we encounter are not to make us collapse, but to forge ourselves. We become stronger instead of resenting fate. We can learn to view challenges as an opportunity to train our will. Each time we overcome a difficulty, we gain more experience, more bravery to face greater things in life. So don't be afraid when encountering challenges, and don't be pessimistic when falling into adversity. Believe that every difficulty has its value, and if we persist in keeping our faith, one day He will see that those arduous days helped us become stronger than ever. Life is always in ceaseless motion. Everything around us changes day by day, hour by hour. Happiness comes and goes. Sadness does not exist forever either. Humans today may laugh in success, but tomorrow may fall into difficulty and loss. No one can control it. Everything in the world, no one can keep in one unchanging state forever. The most important thing is not stubbornly holding on or fearing loss, but learning to receive every fluctuation with a calm state of mind, not being too overjoyed when gaining something, because maybe that is not a true blessing. Many people think that having money, status, and fame is great happiness, but then they get swept into the vortex of worrying, fear of losing what they have. Is a wealthy person who always lives in panic, fear of betrayal, fear of losing assets, truly happy? Is a person with power, but no one truly by their side feeling satisfied? Sometimes what we think is luck brings trouble. What we see as success becomes a burden. Not being to suffering when losing something, because maybe that is an opportunity for us to find something better. Loss always makes human hearts ache, but is losing always a misfortune? A person losing an old job can find a better path, more suitable for themselves. A broken relationship can open an opportunity for us to find someone who truly cherishes us. Life always operates in its own way, and sometimes things that seem like misfortune are exactly the arrangement for us to step into a better stage. Always keeping firm faith in cause and effect, because everything happens for a reason. Each thing coming and going in life is not random. A seed sown will produce the corresponding type of plant. A benevolent action will bring a good result. A negative thought can lead to unfortunate things. If we know how to accept everything with faith in cause and effect, We will no longer resent life or fear the future, because whatever comes is due to affinity. Whatever goes is due to the dead ending. Understanding that fortune and misfortune are impermanent. Everything depends on conditions. We will no longer be too worried or afraid of changes in life. Fortune and misfortune are like two sides of a coin, always parallel and can change at any time. Today may be a bad day, but who knows? Tomorrow might open a new opportunity. Today might be a happy day, but who knows how the next day will be. When we understand that life is inherently impermanent, we will learn to accept everything more gently, not forcing, not dragging, not clinging to things that do not belong to us. Live uprightly, virtuously, do good things, and life will arrange what is worthy for us. No matter how life changes, the most important thing is still how we live every day. If we live sincerely, virtuously, know how to give and cherish what we have, then even if we encounter adversity, we still won't lose ourselves. When we live well, cause and effect will naturally arrange. Maybe not immediately, but eventually everything will gradually turn in the most suitable way with what we have sown. Life is a long journey, and we cannot know in advance what is waiting ahead. Instead of worrying or fearing, learn to welcome everything with an open soul. Whether joy or sadness, success or failure, just be calm, because everything is a part of life. Fortune or misfortune ultimately are just temporary stops on the bus named human life. Life always moves and changes. No one can hold anything in their hands forever. But when understanding the law of impermanence, when knowing how to welcome everything with a calm mind, we will find peace amidst the fluctuating currents of life. Live uprightly, virtuously, do good things, and life will self-arrange what is worthy for us. Benevolence and righteousness, non-gya, are among the core values of the human moral path, a compass for how to live and behave in society. Throughout history, our ancestors have always emphasized the importance of compassion, the spirit of tolerance, and helping each other in life. Human actions today will determine the results they receive in the future. When someone lives with benevolence, sowing good things, they will receive good things in return. Conversely, those who cause evil, live selfishly, harming others, will sooner or later receive corresponding consequences. Benevolence first means placing kindness, love, and integrity at the forefront of every thought and action. A benevolent person is someone who always lives for what is right, helps the weak, shares with those around them, and does nothing to harm others. This is also the dominant thought in Confucianism, especially the views of Confucius and Mencius on the human way. Benevolence is not just theory, but is expressed concretely through every action in daily life. In the family, benevolence is expressed through love and respect among members. Parents love and teach children with a tolerant heart. Children are filial to parents and grandparents. A family with benevolence is always full of happiness. Members are connected and know how to care for each other. In society, benevolence is expressed through compassion between people. It can be small actions like helping the elderly and weak, sharing with those facing difficulties, or broader, like volunteer movements to relieve the poor, help orphaned children. In work and business, a leader with benevolence always cares about employees, treats them fairly, creating conditions for them to develop. A business that operates honestly, responsibly to society will be supported by many, and succeed sustainably. Living benevolently brings many positive values to oneself and society, bringing serenity and happiness. When we live benevolently, helping others, our hearts become light and happy. Nothing is more precious. When seeing the smiles and joy of others, thanks to our help building good relationships, a person with benevolence is always loved and respected, contributing to building a civilized and good society. A society where everyone knows how to live for each other, has compassion, will always develop sustainably, limiting conflicts, disputes, knowing how to love and empathize. Put yourself in others' shoes to understand and share with them. Do good deeds from the smallest things. Help those in difficulty. Respect others. Spread good values in the community. Live honestly and sincerely. Do not deceive. Do not harm others to profit yourself. Benevolence is the foundation for a happy life and a sustainably developed society. When each person knows how to live with benevolence, knows how to sow good seeds, life will repay them with luck and happiness. This is not only a philosophical rule, but also a compass for each person to live better every day. Therefore, always put benevolence first. Sow seeds of kindness to reap sweet fruits in the future. Why do some people live virtuously all their lives yet still encounter misfortune? Why do some do evil but still live in comfort for a long time? And does karmic retribution truly exist, or is it just baseless talk? There is one certainty, that karmic retribution is not a punishment. It is a law, like a shadow following a form, like an echo in deep mountains. You say a word, that sound will return. You do a deed, cause and effect will follow. The sooner you understand, the better you know how to adjust yourself to avoid unworthy suffering. The more subjective you are, the easier it is to make mistakes, and one day you will have to pay the price. So what is karmic retribution? Life is like a vast garden. Each of us is a gardener, and our actions, words, and thoughts are the seeds we sow into our own land. Some choose to sow seeds of kindness, love, and tolerance. Others choose seeds of deceit, hurt, and selfishness. But whatever you sow, that garden quietly remembers it favors no one, misses nothing. Today you may sow a tiny seed that no one sees, but one day, when that seed sprouts, grows, and bears fruit, you will have to face what you have sown. There is a story about a boy walking along a village path who saw a branch blocking the way. He stopped, carefully picked it up, and put it aside. An old man happened to pass by, smiled at the boy, and continued walking. Many years later, the boy grew up and became a successful merchant. When encountering difficulties in work, a stranger helped him by introducing him to an important partner. He was extremely grateful, but when asked why this person helped him, the old man just smiled. Many years ago you picked up a branch on the road. Thanks to that I didn't trip. Today I just return a part of the good thing you did. Kindness, no matter how small, is never lost. It is like a seed falling into the earth, then one day will bloom into fragrant flowers and sweet fruits. When you help someone, maybe you don't expect to receive anything back, but life will always have a way to return to you with other good things. You help a person in need, then one day, when you are in trouble, someone else will help you. You give a smile, then will receive joy back. You sow tolerance, then will live in peaceful days. Believe that no good seed is forgotten. Everything you do will return to you at some point in life, but there are also those who choose to sow seeds of hypocrisy, deception, and hurting others. They can exploit others' trust to profit. They can speak harsh words to hurt others. They can use tricks to appropriate things that do not belong to them. Initially, they may think that what they do leaves no consequences, that as long as they hide it skillfully enough, no one can catch their fault. But there is one thing they forget. The garden of life never forgets any seed. Bad seeds still silently sprout, and one day, when they bear fruit, you will have to taste the bitterness you yourself sowed. Maybe today you deceive someone and they don't know, but then you will meet someone else who deceives you in a similar way. Maybe today you hurt someone and think it doesn't affect anything, but then one day you will fall into a similar situation and feel the pain you once caused others. This universe always has balance. You cannot forever benefit from wrongdoings, nor can you forever escape the consequences of what you have done. There are people who do wrong, but for a long time still live in abundance, encountering no obstacles. That makes them even more subjective, thinking that cause and effect is a myth. But cause and effect is like a shadow, quietly following you throughout life. It is just that some retributions come immediately. Some retributions take 5 years, 10 years, even a lifetime to appear. A greedy and selfish person, no matter how rich, will never find true happiness. They may have money, but their souls are always restless. They may have power, but no one truly loves them. Conversely, a person living virtuously, even if having to go through many hardships, their mind is always at peace. They don't have to worry that one day karmic retribution will come knocking. There is a saying, if you want to know how your past was, look at the present. If you want to know how your future will be, look at what you're doing today. What you are experiencing today is the result of what you did in the past. And what you do today will decide your life in the future. Life is a vast garden, and everyone has the right to choose the type of seed they want to plant. If you want a peaceful life, sow seeds of tolerance. If you want a happy future, sow seeds of kindness. If you want a serene soul, sow seeds of sincerity. And if you once accidentally sowed bad seeds, don't worry. Start sowing good seeds from today, because heaven and earth never forget any effort. As long as you start, as long as you sincerely want to change, cause and effect will always open a new path for you. Your life, your garden, your future, all lie within the very seeds you are sowing today. Sow very carefully so that one day, when looking back at your garden, you can smile because of the beautiful flowers you have cultivated. So why does karmic retribution always follow? You might think that if you do something bad without anyone knowing, it will be fine. But nothing in this universe is forgotten. Cause and effect spares no one. It is just sooner or later. When sowing a seed into the ground, you cannot expect it to sprout the very next day. Some seeds sprout fast. Some need many years to shoot up. Some seeds grow silently without the sower knowing. Cause and effect is the same. Sometimes it comes right in this life. Sometimes it has to wait for another life. But one thing is certain. What you do, whether good or bad, will return to you one day. There is an old story that long ago there was a wealthy man, but to achieve that wealth he stopped at no means. He exploited others' trust, oppressed the weak, and gathered wealth for himself. Whoever blocked his way, he found a way to harm. Whoever needed help, he turned his face away. All his life he only believed in money and power. He thought having money meant having everything. When young, he gloated watching the people he oppressed suffer. He believed he was the winner in the game of life, but time spares no one. In his twilight years, he began to feel empty. Although he had many assets, around him there was no one who truly cared about him. Those who flattered him when he was powerful now also found ways to stay away. Those who partnered with him only used him when necessary. Worse yet, he had no heir. That was what worried him most. Therefore, every day he prayed to heaven and earth, hoping to have a child to inherit the asset so his family line wouldn't fall into a state of ownerlessness. But responding to his pleas was only silence. The people he oppressed years ago now had happy lives, wealthy families. They no longer remembered the suffering in the past because time had compensated them. But as for him, despite having everything, he lived in loneliness. He owned a massive fortune, but had no one by his side to share the final days of life. When he passed away, the assets had no one to inherit. Strangers fought, destroyed, and finally everything vanished. A lifetime of gathering. But at the last minute, he couldn't take anything with him except cold loneliness. Karmic retribution does not always come in the form of clear punishment. There are people who do bad things but still live luxuriously, still have status. But if you look closer, you will see they are not truly happy. They may have a lot of money, but they are always insecure, afraid that one day the things they did will be exposed. They may have a lot of power, but they cannot sleep well because they always have to be vigilant against those wanting revenge. They may have many people around, but no one truly loves them because it is all just mutual exploitation. Karmic retribution is not always material loss. It can come in the form of illness, loneliness, or indescribable suffering. A person can steal others' money, but cannot steal the serenity in the soul. A person can deceive the whole world, but cannot deceive themselves. A person can hide sins from worldly eyes, but cannot hide from cause and effect. There is an important thing few realize. Life is a mirror reflecting what you have done. If you live kindly, you will meet kind people. If you know how to love, you will be loved. If you live falsely, you will meet false people. If you spread suffering, you will receive pain back. Maybe you haven't seen that right now. Maybe you think life is unfair, that good people suffer while bad people rejoice. But believe that the universe has its own way of operating. Those who live virtuously, even if they have to endure many hardships, always have a peaceful soul. Those who do bad things, no matter how rich, never truly feel happy. Because cause and effect is never wrong, you can be wealthy, but don't let greed cloud kindness. You can be smart, but don't use intelligence to hurt others. You can have power, but don't forget that the greatest strength is compassion. What you do today will contribute to shaping your life tomorrow. Live so that when looking back you have no regrets. Live so that every passing day is full of love, so that when the journey of life closes, you carry beautiful memories and peace in your soul. Live so that when cause and effect comes, you can smile calmly knowing you sowed the best seeds. Cause and effect misses no one, but also does not miss any kindness. No matter how small, every good deed you do will become light in your life. So live kindly, not out of fear of cause and effect, that because it is the only way to have a truly serene and meaningful life. There are people who only when their lives meet grim incidents, startled to look back and realize they have done many wrong things. But by then time has passed. The stakes have become results. The wounds they caused to others have left deep marks, not easily erased. Regret at this time cannot soothe the hurts, nor change the past. And sometimes, even wanting to correct mistakes, they no longer have the chance. Cause and effect is not a punishment, but a reflection of what we have done. If you understand this rule sooner, you will have the chance to change your life in a better direction, like a person walking on a road full of thorns. If they know early that danger lies ahead, they can change direction in time, avoiding painful wounds. But if they just keep walking without knowing, until realizing their feet are bleeding, the way back is no longer easy either. So why wait until karmic retribution comes to start living kindly? You can change right from now to not regret later. Think about it. If today you help someone in difficulty, who knows, one day you yourself will receive help when needed. If today you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, your heart will be lighter and life will become more peaceful. The small things you do today can create big changes in the future. So how to resolve karma? First, stop creating more bad karma. What you do today will form your life tomorrow. Therefore, do not sow more bad seeds. Do not continue to hurt others even with a negative thought, a malicious word, or an unconsidered action. Sometimes an unintentional sentence can break someone's heart, and insensitivity can push others into despair. You may not realize it immediately, but the universe always remembers. Second, actively create good karma. Just stopping bad deeds is not enough. You need to actively create good things, a sincere smile, a timely encouragement, a helping action. No matter how small, all are benevolent seeds you sow. When you live with love and kindness, your life will also be filled with good things. Third, learn to let go and forgive. Resentment and hatred not only hurt to others, but also make you a prisoner in negative emotions. When you keep pains in your heart forever, they do not disappear, but increasingly erode you from the inside. Learning to forgive does not mean you forget everything, but you choose to liberate yourself. When you can let go of resentment, your heart will be relieved. Life will become more serene. Everything in the world operates according to cause and effect. Nothing happens naturally, nor does anything disappear naturally. What you do today is what you will receive tomorrow. Therefore, live truly well, not because of fear of karmic retribution, but because it is the only path leading to true happiness and peace. Amidst the vast ocean, there was a small boat drifting with the current. The sailor on the boat lived with the belief that the sea would be forever gentle, the winds forever soft. He didn't mind the small cracks on the hull, nor did he worry about repairing the sails that had started to fray. Day after day, he just let the boat float, pushed by the waves without any precaution. Then one day a storm came. Waves were no longer gentle, but rose turbulently. The wind was no longer gentle, but screamed madly. The boat, already weak, was now submerged in the ocean's rage. At this moment, the sailor realized his mistake, but it was too late. If only he had repaired the boat earlier, if only he had paid attention to the small signs from before, perhaps today he wouldn't have had to face the abyss of the ocean. Life is the same. You may think that today you are healthy, so you just live loosely, needing not care about taking care of yourself. But when illness finds you, you understand that health is not something that can be bought back with money. You may think someone's affection for you is obvious, so you never cherish it, remaining indifferent and heartless. But one day, when they leave, when their heart grows cold, you realize how important their presence was. At that time, even crying or regretting cannot turn back time. You may think that lying and deceiving others will help you gain benefits quickly, but life is a cycle. One day, you yourself will be the one betrayed, hurt in the way you once caused others. Karmic retribution does not come immediately, but it always comes at the right time. No one can escape the law of cause and effect. It is just that some retributions come early, some wait for the right moment to appear. Like a seed buried in the earth, some types sprout immediately upon meeting rain, some take years to bloom. But whether fast or slow, every seed will rise into a tree, and its fruit cannot be changed. There are people who live in falsehood all their lives. Until being hurt by their own lies, they realize that truth always has a way to be exposed. There are people who use tricks to gain power. Then one day, they are destroyed by those very tricks. There are people who only know how to endure without ever thinking of repaying. Then when losing everything, they understand the value of sharing. You can deceive others, but cannot deceive yourself. You can hide your sins from the whole world, but the universe always remembers. Cause and effect spares no one. When the time comes, everything will be arranged exactly according to what you have done. So what can you do to aim for a good life and avoid unwanted consequences? One is to repair your boat while the weather is clear. If you notice something in your life is not truly right, adjust it immediately while there is still time. If you accidentally hurt someone, sincerely apologize to heal. If you are neglecting your own health and spirit, start caring and changing right from today. Do is to sow benevolent seeds. Every word, every action, every thought of yours is a seed sown into the soul of life. Choose to sow love, compassion, and sincerity. When you give good things, life will send back worthy things to you. 3 is to learn humility and cherish what you have. Don't think success or good things will stay with you forever without cultivation. Don't view what you have as obvious. Know to cherish every moment, every person beside you, because life always moves and changes. The boat on the ocean may encounter big waves, but if the sailor is steady at the helm, he can still navigate to a peaceful shore. Life is the same, even if challenges appear. If you live correctly and positively right from today, you will always feel serene on your journey. Spend a little time looking back at yourself. What seeds are you sowing for your life? Are they seeds of love, sincerity, and tolerance? Or are they seeds making the soul gradually distant from peace? Cause and effect is not an imposition or punishment, but a natural law of the universe. Like a piece of land will bloom when cared for with good things. You cannot sow thorns and expect to harvest fragrant flowers. You cannot live superficially and expect to receive sincerity back. Remember that cause and effect always operates according to natural laws. Although you cannot turn back time to fix what has passed, you can still shape your own future by choices in the present. The sooner you understand, the lighter life becomes. The more you live awake, the more peaceful the soul. So which path will you choose? Please comment below so we can discuss together. Thank you for watching the video. Living at Peace and Nin, the path of self-cultivation and happiness in the busy and hurried life. Humans often run after fame and money while forgetting the value of peace in the soul. Actually, living at peace does not mean giving up everything, but knowing how to accept, let go of unnecessary things, and fully enjoy every moment in the present. This is exactly a way of self-cultivation and the source of true happiness. And Nin is a psychological state when a human is not dominated by worries, sorrows, or excessive ambitions. It is when we learn to welcome every event happening with an open heart, not judging, not trying to control everything. When knowing how to cherish simple things, we will feel joy from small things like a fresh morning, a warm family meal, or a sincere smile. Living at peace is also a journey of cultivation. To achieve peace, we need to learn how to let go of negative emotions, not letting the past haunt us or the future worrying us. When knowing to be content with the present and live according to our values, we will feel our souls become lighter and more serene. Cultivation is not a short-term process, but a persistent training every day through understanding oneself, gratitude, and benevolence. Happiness is not a destination but a state. When we know how to live fully in every moment, when the soul is at peace, humans will feel happiness from simple things around, no longer dominated by endless desires or pressure from society. We can enjoy life in the truest way. In summary, living at peace not only helps us cultivate ourselves, but also evokes the source of happiness from our own souls. It is an art of living that everyone should learn and practice to have a more meaningful and complete life.